I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the very first time as someone who has been deep in fandoms for over 15 years. I can't believe it's taken me this long, but I am now halfway through season 3. And in my last video, I talked about episodes 1 through 5 of season 3 of Buffy, and today I will be talking about episodes 6 through 10. So much happens, so I'm going to get straight to it. Everything past this point will have spoilers. I realized just now I should have been giving you all episode titles along with the episode numbers because many of you remember episodes based on their titles. I'm going to start doing that from here on out. Apologies for not thinking of this sooner. So, first episode I want to talk about today, Band Candy, which is episode 6 of season 3. Band Candy was wild and iconic. You don't even need to tell me that it was iconic because I can tell just by watching it with my own two eyes. What they had Giles doing, the outfit they had him in, the change of accent, the excessive making out with Joyce, which is something I was in no way, shape, or form prepared for. At first, I was a little put off by it, and then moments later, I was really into it. You know, hey, let him be free for a moment. Let him be free from the shackles of his stuffy professor aura. Love getting a glimpse of what Giles used to be like. When I finally caught on that they were all acting like the teenage versions of themselves, I was like, oh, okay, got it. Oh, okay, got it. Because let me tell you, there were a few minutes there where I was mighty confused. I was like, wait, hold on. Is it like an amnesia thing? What's going on? Loved the concept here. So funny. Just like that's the main highlight from this episode for me. I have other notes here that I'm looking at, like SATs and slaying vampires with a pencil. Very cute and quirky. The Angel story remains tragic at this point in time, and Willow and Xander stay stressing me out. Playing footsies in class? What are we doing? What are we doing? Please stop that. You are stressing me out. And, there's all this stuff at the end that was making me laugh. The lion roar sound effect for the vampires is to a point where it just makes me laugh, like out loud every time I hear it. And I don't know what the monster's name was, but the snake monster in the cave that was very much giving Little Shop of Horrors, big new favorite monster of mine. It was on screen for like maybe 15 seconds, and I have great fondness in my heart for it. Yeah, I don't like the pairing of Joyce and Giles, and I hope it doesn't continue past this season, but I will be okay with it for this particular scenario because I thought it was kind of hot. Episode 7, Revelations, great episode. I love any episode with Faith in the storyline. I think she's a cool character. I'm liking her so far. I like her vibe. I like her chemistry and dynamic with Buffy. Even when they're fighting or making up or whatever it is, like, I just enjoy the additional character. I think she's interesting, and there's a lot they can do with that. So I don't know if she's like a long-term character or not, but I hope she is because I think there's a lot there. And I thought the whole plot line of Xander finding out that Angel is still alive and then wanting to go stake him, and then kind of Faith wanting to team up with Xander for that, and then Buffy has to explain to everyone that she has been withholding this information for this whole time, which gives them a lot more perspective, but then also pisses everyone off. There's a lot going on here, and I thought it was all really interesting. And Willow and Xander stay stressing me out with their choices in public spaces. Like, what are we doing? Episode 8, Lover's Walk. Another exceptional episode. This one was so good. We get Spike back. He is kind of the comedic relief, which we needed because it's been getting really sad and broody as of late. And he brings an air of comedy with him. And him crashing out so spectacularly and so pathetically about Drusilla was just funny to me. And that actor does a great job with it. And everyone was so done with his ass, rightfully so. Him kidnapping Willow, not so great. Trying to do the love spell, not so great. Yeah. Is he problematic? Sure. He is also, though, very entertaining. I thought him, literally crying to Willow about his problems was quite funny. Just as a side note, one of my notes says here, Angel running into the invisible shield was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard. Spike truly exists to just rage bait Angel 24/7. That is his number one hobby. And I kind of like watching it, not gonna lie. Spike was low-key spitting bars, though, about love and how Buffy and Angel will never be friends. He was everything he said was true and correct. Hate to say it. Look, at a certain point, I knew that someone somewhere was going to find out about Willow and Xander. Did I think that both of them were going to walk in on Xander and Willow making out at the same time? Oz and Cordelia were gonna walk in on them at the same time, I literally had to pause it. I had to pause the show and just wail no, because I knew that there's like Buffy before that moment, like Buffy the show before that moment and Buffy the show after that moment, because it'll never be exactly the same. They fucked up so bad. Like I felt so bad for Oz and Cordelia. And I love Oz, and I've really grown to love Cordelia, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Like I knew that was going to happen. Also the fake out right after that, Cordelia falling and having what amounts to basically rebar. I'm triggered. And then it looks like she dies, and I'm like, so there's absolutely no fucking way. You're playing in my face right now. Cutting to the funeral and making it seem like she actually did die. Hey, what in the criminal mind supernatural bullshit is happening right now? Thank God, seconds later, they're like, anyways, Cordelia's fine. I'm like, you motherfuckers, you had me going for a few solid seconds there. I was hashtag scared. You know? Evil of them. I'm not gonna lie, that was evil. And I love Queen of Self-Respect, Cordelia, telling Xander to go pound sand. Yeah, exactly. He deserves that. Anyways. Yeah, Buffy Angel breakup. Fork found in kitchen. Okay. Episode 9. So The Wish is another banger episode. Like, absolutely incredible. The entire concept of, like, what if Buffy never came to Sunnydale and what would happen? I love a concept like that. I love it when a TV show does this. And I was shook to my core over Willow and Xander being, like, hot vampires. Woo! Woo! I guess it's time to show you all. So I got this as a gift recently, and I did not know what it was. I was like, why is she a vampire? That scares me. A little bit of a spoiler, right? I think it's from that episode. Correct me if I'm wrong. Homie, yes. Girl, yes. It was a little weird that she was low-key, I don't even know if I can say this on TikTok, dominating Angel in the dungeon. Calling him puppy, that was really something. That was something I never thought I would see on this television show that aired on a network. Anyways, I did write here, though, that vampirism suits Xander, TBH. I wouldn't even be upset if one day in this show Xander turns into a full vampire. It just makes it just makes sense for him, you know? Going back to, like, real life stuff, though, before the wish occurs, Oz, king of self-respect. Cordelia is the queen of self-respect. Oz is the king of self-respect. He was so kind to Willow, but he stood his ground and held his boundaries. We love to see it. I love Oz. Protect him at all costs. I know something bad's gonna happen to him. Anyways, I did also write, Giles has never looked hotter in a sweater. Yeah, that's also correct. And I was like, something was happening. When Xander and Willow were feeding on Cordelia, I was like, maybe a throuple would solve all their problems. I don't know. Just a thought. Yeah, Angel chained up looking pathetic, fork found in kitchen. That was episode 9. Okay. I have like a 1 minute left, right? So episode 10, Amends. This is called Amends. I'm calling this affectionately the Christmas episode, even though it's very, very little Christmas involved in this episode. But I really loved that Oz and Willow made up, but, like, you know, with like boundaries. I said in all caps, Oz and Willow made up. Oz, you're too good and pure. They'll kill you. Yeah, so Angel at Giles's door asking for help, and then Jenny Calendar just appearing out of nowhere as like an apparition. Never would have guessed. Never would have guessed that. That was really awful in every single way. Every time they keep bringing her back for things like this, I'm like, oh, that's great. That's awesome. Angel's wig and mustache in the dream was the funniest thing I've maybe ever seen in my life. 10 out of 10, no notes. And Buffy's microbangs are a little bit of an eyesore, but we're gonna move past that. And I loved the whole scene at the end, the dramatic scene with her and Angel, and like, don't kill yourself, you're too sexy, aha. And XYZ, the snow falls and everything's fine. We love to see it. Trying to talk about 5 of the craziest, best episodes of Buffy in a 10-minute video is nearly impossible. I've cut out a lot of stuff. But if there's something specific you want my thoughts on, let me know and I'll make like a separate video about it. And moving forward, I will try to split these up into like maybe 3 episodes per video instead of 5. I'm just trying to get these out to you because I know it's been a minute. So, yeah, but absolutely a doozy. First half of season 3, exceptional, like banger episode after banger episode. I cannot wait for the second half of the season. So, I will keep you all posted.